Hey guys, so this is Unit 2, Module 7. This is all about the, the graphic organizer to help you write the equation of lines. So by the end of this, you'll be able to write an equation that is parallel and perpendicular. So the first one starts off simple, slope-intercept. So I give you the slope and the y-intercept. Slope-intercept is just y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So in this case, you're going to be given a slope and a y-intercept. So you just have to identify it as m and b, and then just plug it in. So it'd be 3/4 x minus 2. And that's your answer. So then you can just plug in each one of those. The second one is when you're given a slope and a point. Slope is your m, right? So you're going to plug in your m for the y equals mx plus b. So in this case, the slope is -3. So I'm just going to write y equals -3x plus b. Now I have a point, and I'm going to label that x and y, and plug those in. So it's going to be 4 equals -3 times -2 plus b. So now I can solve for b. So I multiply first, which a negative times a negative is positive. I subtract the 6. I get b equals -2. I can now write the equation. So y equals the -3 I started with minus 2. -3x minus 2. The next one's slightly harder because I'm giving you 2 points. So you have to remember the slope formula. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I have the 2 points in the example. It goes x1, y1, x2, y2. Now I plug those in. -7 minus 1 is -8. 2 minus 6 is -4. I do that division, I get 2. Now I plug that in for my m, and I choose a point. It doesn't matter which point I choose, I just choose a point. And I choose the one that has the least negatives. So the fact that 6, 1 is all positive, I'm going to plug that one in. So 1 goes in for the y, and 6 goes in for the x. And now I solve for b. So I multiply 2 and 6. I subtract the 12. I get b equals -11. And now I can write my equation. Remember, I always have to end with writing the equation. The next two problems deal with parallel and perpendicular. So it's going to be a point in an equation of a line parallel to. So it's not the line that I'm given, but it's parallel to. So you have to remember parallel means the same slope. Same slope, but different y-intercepts. So I know my m, in this case, is 2. So I can follow that same procedure. So y equals 2x plus b. And now I just use the point I'm given. So in this case, it's -6 comma 3. So I'm going to do -3 equals -6, or -2 times -6 plus b. I now multiply the 2 and the -6 to solve for b. Add 12 on both sides. And I'm left with b equals 9. So now I can write the equation y equals 2x plus 9. What you'll notice is the slope is 2 and the y-intercept is 9. So whenever I'm writing an equation parallel to a given line, it has the same slope, but it has different y-intercepts. So whenever I'm doing the equation, I just use b instead of the number they give you. It's the same process for perpendicular, but perpendicular means opposite reciprocal slopes. That means I have to flip and then change the sign. Okay, so flipping it is just flip it and then change the sign. In this case, I'm given the m is 2. So I put a 1 under the 2. I flip the fraction and I change the sign. So the fact that it's positive, I make it negative, and I flip it so it's 1/2. So that's the slope I want. So now I write it y equals negative 1/2 x plus b. I plug in the point I'm given. It happens to be the same point I was given in the last example. Now I have to do negative 1/2 of negative 6. So negative 1/2 times negative 6 is 3. So negative times negative is positive. Half of 6 is 3. I subtract 3 on both sides. I get negative 6. So y equals negative 1/2 x minus 6. And that is my answer. So I've left the you try problems on the right side. Please complete those. And then any practice problems after.